Chapter 2. Rotten Eggs. Ben stopped for a few moments to study his surroundings and decided to eat his peanut butter and chocolate chip sandwich. He sat on a big log and looked around. Suddenly, he saw something strange. Behind a tree, not too far away, he could see something shiny. He started to walk toward it slowly, and the closer he got, the more curious he became. When Ben finally came up to the object, he stopped and stared at it in wonder. There was a big shiny cone of metal sitting in the middle of the mud. It had no windows, no door, and no openings of any kind.
"Wow," Ben said to himself. "What is this thing?"
He even stopped eating his peanut butter and chocolate chip sandwich. Ben sat down on a dead tree and was trying to think of what he should do next when he noticed a terrible smell.
"Yuck! Rotten eggs," Ben thought. "Why would there be rotten eggs all the way out here in the forest? Ah!"
He held his nose in disgust and stared at the big shiny cone. Ben stood in silence looking at the big shiny cone when, all of a sudden, a purple thing popped up from behind it.
"Hello!"
the purple thing said in a loud voice.
Ah!
Ben screamed as he fell over backwards into the mud. His half-eaten peanut butter and chocolate chip sandwich was covered in mud.
Oh no!
He was really enjoying that sandwich. Ben quickly crawled behind the log so the purple thing couldn't see him.
"What is that thing?"
Ben thought. He was so scared he couldn't move. He heard the purple thing coming toward him. It was breathing loudly, and the smell became even worse. The purple thing stuck its head out over the log and looked straight down at Ben. It was so close he could touch it.
Ah!
Ben screamed again.
"Greetings! Me is be Zerby. Me is be friend,"
said the big purple thing in a loud, smelly voice.
Who?
Was all Ben could manage.
"Zerby is long way come. Zerby new friend,"
the purple thing said with a big toothless smile. Every time it spoke, it sprayed slimy drool all over the place, much of which landed on Ben.
Hi?"
Ben said in a confused and frightened voice.
"An alien! Here!"
Ben thought. He wanted to run, but he didn't. For now, he was at least sure that this weird-looking purple swamp thing was not going to eat him. First, it didn't have any teeth, and second, it was smiling. It seemed more lonely than scary, which was certainly understandable given its smell.
Nice to meet you. My name is Ben. So, have you come a long way?"
"Ben!"
the purple creature screamed.
"Zerby is happy,"
it said with a loud voice, spraying Ben with slimy drool.
"Zerby is like new friend."
"This creature has very bad grammar,"
Ben thought. Ben stood up and stared at Zerby, who was about half of Ben's height. Zerby looked like a big purple piece of snot with arms. He didn't have any legs that Ben could see. His lower body was stuck to the wet mud, yet he seemed to slide across it. Zerby didn't have fingers either. His hands looked like big purple mittens. He didn't have a nose, and his big mouth had no teeth. His huge tongue spat out slimy goo every time he spoke. His eyes looked lonely at first, but now they looked excited.
What is friend do?
Zerby asked. He had a strange way of yelling the last part of every sentence.
You mean, what am I doing? Well, I'm, exploring, Ben said.
He was starting to wonder if this was some sort of dream.
Why are you out here in this swamp?
Me too is explore,
Zerby explained.
You are an explorer too?
Ben was wondering if this creature had ever left this place.
Must stay wet place. No healthy mud is make Zerby sick,
Zerby explained.
Oh, okay.
Ben was starting to understand Zerby's strange way of speaking.
You mean you must stay in the swamp or you will get sick?
Long way is come to this place, but now no go home. No fuel for ship. Zerby miss home.
Zerby started to cry. Big, gross, smelly purple tears sprayed out of the alien's sad eyes and soaked into the mud. Ben wasn't scared of Zerby anymore. In fact, he was starting to feel sorry for him.
Boy, you sure talk weird. You mean you want to go home, but you don't have fuel. Is that right?
Ben asked.
Home good. Zerby miss home, but no fuel. No bananas,
Zerby cried.
Bananas?
Ben answered, surprised.
Are you kidding me?
He was trying not to laugh. Ben was finding it very hard to believe that this smelly purple alien had traveled to Earth from some faraway galaxy on a spaceship powered by bananas. This had to be some kind of mistake.
Yes, Zerby have no bananas. Zerby never go home. Zerby so sad,
the alien shouted. Ben stood staring at Zerby. Now he really did feel sorry for him.
Maybe I can help? I could get you some bananas,
Ben said. Zerby stopped crying and looked up at Ben. He made a big smile, and his eyes became even bigger. Suddenly, Zerby jumped up in the air and came flying toward Ben.
Ben, friend,
Zerby yelled, landing on top of Ben and giving him a big, disgusting, slippery hug. Ben was completely covered in the creature's gross, slimy drool.
You're welcome,
Ben said as he stood up and wiped off the slimy spit. It was almost 5 o'clock, and Ben remembered that he had to be home by 6 because Aunt Carolyn was coming for dinner. Ben had to run if he was to make it home on time.